everyone, it's me, Jessica, here with Uncle Buck for your mind-body connection today. We're just going to relax and release the workday so we can flow into the weekend feeling good. So I recommend grabbing some water before class, setting your space up for yourself, getting a block or a book if you don't have a block. Feel free to turn on some relaxing music, dim the lights, get some nice scents going on. We are going to let's start in child's pose today. You're welcome to come to your mat and whatever time is good for you. We'll officially start together in 3 minutes at 11:15. Awesome. Where is that sweatshirt? Do some yoga. Okay, welcome everyone. Hello. Let's go and get our yoga on. We're going to get started today at the back of our mats in child's pose. Your choice if you would like to do an open or a closed legs child's pose. I'm going to bring my toes together, open my knees nice and wide. And as it feels good for you, start to walk those hands forward and begin to relax your head down towards your mat. If that feels really far for you today, you can always lift your hips up slightly, be more in a bit of a puppy pose instead of child's pose. If things are really tight in your shoulders, think about taking a generous bend of your elbows, bringing them down by your side, and even an option to use a prop if it feels good for you, placing your head down on the prop if the floor feels really far away. Start to just relax into your breath here. Just notice where your breath is, working to bring it all the way down to the very bottom of your belly, the tippy tip of your diaphragm. Oh my gosh, words. Start to slow down your breath. See if you can use use each exhale to relax and release a little bit more into your stretch, into the support of the mat below you. Start to scan your body from head to toe and just notice where you might be holding and harboring any tension, and really do your best to use your exhale to relax and release those areas. And feel free to continue to just use your inhale to be aware of how your body is feeling today. Do your best to be here in this moment right now, and let your thoughts be on your breath and on your postures, on your body. I'm sure there's many other things coming up for you in the rest of your day, the week, the weekend. But try not to let those tasks be in your mind right now. Let your mind's eye be focused inward on yourself in this moment, just being present. We'll spend about 1 more minute right here, just exhaling out any expectations that we might be having. Appreciating whatever it is that our body will bring to today's practice. Enjoying the slowness and even the stillness in your breath. Great job. Go ahead, bring yourself up to tabletop. Get your hands, palms underneath of your shoulders. Spread your fingers out nice and wide like starfish. Hips stacked right on top of those knees. Let's give ourselves a couple cat-cows. So tuck your chin towards your chest. Find as much rounding in your back. Look towards your knees, maybe even towards your belly button, getting your neck involved in the stretch. And when you found the biggest stretch that you can and you change your breath, release your belly down to the floor. Really pull your chin, your chest through your arms. Look up towards the ceiling. Spread your sit bones. Inner thighs can gently start to spiral towards the back of the room. Find the biggest manipulation of your spine that you can here in cow. And then change. Feel free to move through a little bit more quickly now. As you change your breath, changing the posture. However, if you find anything that feels really good and you just want to hang out for a couple extra seconds within that stretch, please honor the body that you have today. Find the stretch that feels right for you. Think about shaking your hips, shaking that tail a little left and right. Shimmying those shoulders. And then let's come back to the stillness. I'm going to move my block out of the way. We don't need that just yet. Go ahead and extend your right leg behind you. Get the ball of the foot to the floor and stretch your heel towards the back wall. Keep your hands, palms right underneath of your chest and shoulders. Pull your belly in nice and tight. Make sure that belly's not sagging down towards the floor. Keeping some nice engagement in your abdominal core and your upper body. We're just going to rock gently back and forth, right and left, forwards and backwards. Oh my gosh. Jessica. Awesome, and change. Come into some stillness right here. We're going to take a deep inhale, lift that right leg up and cross it over the left side of your body. There's a lot of stuff over here. Find a place to relax that ball of the foot back down on the floor. And then we're going to turn to the left. Look for your right foot over the left side of your body. Take a couple nice big breaths right here. Take one more nice deep inhale. Lift that foot up off of the floor, and as you exhale, release that foot back down. Bring your knee in. Give yourself a couple cat-cows again. And let's go ahead and do the same thing with the left side. So plant your right knee on the floor. Reconnect your hands, palms with your mat. Pull that belly in, engage your shoulders, stretch your left leg behind you. Get the ball of the foot to the floor, stretch your heel towards the wall. Take a couple moments right here in your stillness with your breath first. And then we'll start rocking back and forth. So make sure you didn't lose that connection in your hands, palms, and find that gentle rock back and forth, already starting to warm up our wrists as well. Come back into your stillness. Take a deep inhale. Lift that left leg up. Cross it over the right side of your body. Plant it down. And then turn and twist over to the right. Look for your left leg. Create as much space as you can. Notice if you started to sink down towards the mat with your chest, pressing through those hands, palms, squeezing your shoulder blades, squeezing your belly, and take another deep inhale. Lift that leg up. Place your left foot back down on the floor. Draw that knee in. Go ahead, send your hips back towards your heels. Walk those hands forward, taking the pressure off of your hands. You can even tent those fingers just to change the engagement through your arms. Take one more deep inhale. With those hands, palms all the way forward, we're going to pull ourselves forward, bringing our pubic mound down to the floor, stretching up, pressing hands, palms down, looking towards the ceiling, big stretch on the back. Beautiful. Go ahead, tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. You might need to walk your hands in or walk your feet in just a little bit. Coming into a down dog, just warming up here for a moment. Really press your hands into the floor to bring your belly towards your thighs, to bring your ears closer towards your biceps, finding as flat of a back as you can. So even if you have to take a big bend of those knees to find that flat back, better to really send those hips back towards the back of the room as if I've grabbed you right with a rope at the front of your waist and I'm stretching it up towards the ceiling. Take some time here, walk the dog, bend one knee and then the other. I like to press all the way up onto my toes, bend my knees, getting some more manipulation in my feet, but do what feels right for you. Beautiful. And then go ahead, release those knees back down to the floor. Yay! Uncurl your toes. Take your hips back towards your heels. Sit up one more time to just shake those wrists out. Let's warm up our wrists a little bit. We're going to be on them for a little while longer. So go ahead, make some circles with your wrists in one direction. Change the direction of those wrist circles. Open and close your fist tightly a couple times. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands back towards the floor. But this time I want you to bring the back of your hands to the floor, fingers pointing inwards towards your knees. And then we're just going to rock back and forth right here. The more that you bring your hips towards your heels, the more pressure you're going to feel on the back of your hands, just stretching out our wrists in both directions today. Make sure you're still using those nice big breaths, not coming into any stretch that's so deep that you found that you're limiting yourself. All right, then change, sit yourself back, shake those wrists out one more time. We'll find a nice seated stretch right here. So go ahead, stretch that right hand forward. Use your left hand to bring those fingers back towards your face. Really press through your hand palm right here and change opposite hand. One more warm up here on the floor. We're going to bring our fingers towards each other. So fingers pointing inwards. And we're just going to shift a little bit gently left and right. Get those shoulders involved in this as well, starting to bring a little stretch into that back once again. Beautiful. Turn your fingers forward, back into our traditional tabletop. Let's go ahead and come into bird dog here. I'm going to turn slightly just to make sure I have enough space. Let's start off keeping our left knee and our right hand down on the floor. So extend your right leg behind you, extend your left arm in front of you. Find as much length as you possibly can. Make sure you're pressing into that hand palm down on the floor. Take a deep inhale. And bring your elbow and knee together to touch. Hold it here. Really work to bring that knee up towards your thigh. And then on your next exhale, send it back out. Use your inhale, bring it in. Bring that knee in. Exhale, send it out. One more time, inhale, bring that knee in. Exhale, send it out. Keep it out there. Go ahead, bend that right leg up and reach your left hand back. Work to grab hold of your right foot. Maybe you can grab hold at the pinky. Maybe you can even flip your wrist to grab hold at the big toe. Then go ahead, kick from your glutes, send that leg up towards the ceiling, still pressing into that right hand on the floor. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale, gently start to release. Make sure you don't fling your foot out from your hand. So with control, stretch that left hand forward. Extend your right leg behind you. And then relax and release those down on the floor. Shake it out. Great work. Let's go ahead, get the other side. So this time, grounding your right knee and left hand to the floor. Extend your left leg, right hand in front of you. Find that length, press into your hands, palms, squeeze those shoulders together. Eyes still focused down on the floor. Take a deep inhale and bring your elbow and knee together. Crunch. We're going to hold it a little longer this first time. Really work to bring that knee in towards your chest. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, send it out. Inhale, bring it in. Bring that knee up. Exhale, send it out. Inhale in. Exhale out. One more time. Inhale in. Exhale out. Go ahead, bend at the knee. Send the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Start to curl your heel in towards your glute. Extend your right hand behind you. Grab hold of your foot. You can even turn and twist your hand to grab hold at the big toe side. Kick from your glute up towards the ceiling. Press into your front hand palm for 3, 2, 1. Change. Gently release. Extend in both directions. Exhale, release your hands down towards the floor. Great work. Keep your left hand where it is. Inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. Look up to your hand. And exhale, relax and release that right hand under your body. Bring your right ear to the floor. You can get whatever stretch feels right for your body today. If you're going to keep your left hand palm close by your chest and press it into the floor and pull your left shoulder away, you can get a little bit of a spine twist here, a little bit more of a stretch in your back if that doesn't feel right. If you prefer more of a engagement or stretching your shoulders, go ahead and walk your left hand fingertips forward and work to bring that left armpit a little closer to the mat. Work to slow your breath down. Make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. And on your next inhale, if you walked your hand all the way out, gently bring it back in. Engage it back down on the floor. Find that twist of the left shoulder away from you. Really pressing that hand palm in. Lift yourself up. Send your right arm all the way to the ceiling. Lift your eyes up. Open that chest. And change. Release your hand back down towards the floor. Other side. Inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling. Really work to stretch that left shoulder up. Look up. And then exhale, bring it underneath. Thread the needle. Bring that ear down towards the floor. You can bring your right hand palm underneath of your shoulder and work to lift that right shoulder away from the floor to find more of a stretch through the right side of the body. If you want to get it more in the lower back and through the shoulder, walk that right hand forward. Send your hips gently towards your heels as you bring your armpit a little closer to the floor. Just do what feels right for you, whichever sounded good to you today. Wherever you are, relax, release into that breath, into the stretch.
Bring your next inhale, walk your hand back underneath of your shoulder. If you walked it out, press into it, lift that right shoulder away from the floor. Extend it as you lift your left arm up, open up your chest, stack one shoulder on top of the other, and then release your left hand down to the floor. Very nice. All right, let's start to open up those hips just a little bit. We'll stay down here on the floor to begin with, but lift yourself up. Oh no, low battery, hold on. Lift yourself up, come onto your knees. Can I get my assistant to plug the phone in, please? That would be great. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're coming up onto our knees. Standing right here and kneeling, you can have your hands on your hips. Let's bring our right leg forward. Bring that right leg forward, not quite at a 90-degree angle right now, so that as you hinge forward, you can find that 90-degree angle with your thigh and with your shin. You're working to kind of make a nice straight line, as straight as you can from this front right knee to that back knee on the floor. Let's warm up here a little bit, and then we'll challenge our balance from down here. Make sure your hips are still squared to the top of the mat, so you're not opening up towards that back side. We're just going to shift the weight back, staying lifted in our chest, finding that big stretch along the back of the right leg. You can even flex your toes back towards your face, bigger stretch. Plant your toes back down on the floor, shift the weight forward. Challenging our balance right here. Go ahead, tuck your left toes under, and lift yourself up. Really press through that heel towards the back wall, and then inhale your arms up overhead. Keep drawing that left hip towards the top of your mat. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands back to the floor. Release that back knee back down. Untuck your toes. Let's go ahead and send your right hand up towards the ceiling, finding one more twist here within our hip opener. Still shifting those hips forward. Feels so good. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands back down towards the floor. Shift yourself back. This time with belly closer towards the thigh. Big stretch along the back of your leg. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Lift yourself up. Flex your toe back to your face. And lift yourself up once more. We're going to change. Oh, that felt so great. I hope you felt the same. Okay, so right knee down on the floor. Go ahead, bring your left foot forward. Walk it forward just a couple of inches. Already squaring your hips with the mat next to you. Hands are right at your side. We're just going to shift forward. Take a couple breaths right here. Working to keep those shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Breath relaxed, eyes relaxed, mind relaxed. Shift the weight back. Hips come closer towards your heels. You can keep that toe, big toe down on the floor. You can already flex your toes back towards your face. Big stretch on the back of the leg. Bring that toe back down. Shift the weight forward. And then here we go. If you're ready for that balance challenge, tuck your right toes under, press into the ball of the foot, and lift that left knee off of the floor. Re-square your hips with the top of the mat. Release your fingers down to the floor. Take a deep inhale, stretch up towards the ceiling. Just a couple breaths right here. With that chest open and lifted, take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Go ahead, send your left hand fingers up towards the ceiling. Really work to stack one shoulder on top of the other. So squeezing those shoulder blades together, opening, finding length and lightness through the chest instead of collapsing down towards that thigh. Go ahead, take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Release that back knee back down. Shift your hips back to your heels. One more time, you can untuck those back toes. Press through your heel, flex your toes to your face. Start to walk your hands back towards your hips. Lift yourself up. Beautiful, and change. Go ahead, bring both knees down towards the floor. Take a moment, sit down and kneeling. Just come back to your breath right here. As we're here in kneeling, you want either your toes to come together with your heels turning out or your toes pointing directly behind you. You don't want to have your heels together with the inner arches of your feet towards the floor. That's a lot of stress on your feet. So if you're having trouble just sitting right here and kneeling, you can always come back onto your knees to come to your breath, or use a prop. Great, let's take a nice little flow here on the floor, and then we'll stand up and get one as well. So go ahead, bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale, lift yourself up onto your knees, stretch your hands up overhead, bring your eyes to follow your hands, and a little bit of an exhale. Back bend. Inhale back up to center, pull your belly in tight. We're gonna hinge forward and come on down into child's pose. Inhale forward into up dog. Exhale back into child's pose. Inhale up into kneeling, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, find that back bend. Inhale, back up. And exhale, sit down. Bring your hands back to heart center. Once more, inhale, stretch up. Hips forward, exhale, back bend. Arms come back, biceps by ears. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Come on down into child's pose or puppy pose. Inhale forward into up dog. Exhale back into child's pose. Bring those hands, palms back together. Inhale, lift up onto your knees. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, back up to center. And exhale, sit your hips back down, back into kneeling. Great work. Go ahead, bring your hands back down towards the mat. Go ahead, tuck those toes under. Send your hips back up to the ceiling once more. Pedal through those heels, bringing your belly towards your thighs, bringing your ears towards those biceps, finding that nice flat back. Go ahead, keep your right foot down on the floor. Inhale that left leg up towards the ceiling. Try not to open up your hips to the left. Work to keep those hips squared to the mat underneath of you. Make some circles with your ankle in one direction. In the opposite direction. Go ahead, release your right foot back down towards the floor. Inhale that left leg up towards the ceiling. Once again, work to square your hips. Keep your shoulders squared down to the mat. Try not to turn out to the side. Make some circles with your ankle in one direction. Make some circles in the opposite direction. Relax and release that left foot back down towards the floor. Go ahead, bring your knees back down towards the mat. Send your hips back towards your heels. Another moment in child's pose. Really working to relax through our stretches today. A little work, a little relaxation. Go ahead, bring your hands, palms forward, tuck those toes under. Lift those knees up. We're coming into a plank. For 3, 2, stay here in the plank. Send that right arm up towards the ceiling. Shift your heels over to the left for 3, 2, 1. Bring that hand back down to the floor. Keep those hips nice and low, belly engaged for 3, 2, 1. Shift over to the right. Send your left hand up towards the ceiling. Awesome. Back down to your plank. Send your hips up to down dog. Go ahead and walk your feet forward. Take a moment here at the top of your mat. In your dangle, bend your knees as much as you need to. Relax your belly on your thighs. Allow your head to hang down heavy towards the floor. And then slowly, gently, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. As you get your head over your heart, inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Take a moment just standing here, breathing in mountain. Shoulders relax away from your ears. Fingers hang heavy down towards the floor. Really grounding your feet with the mat. Heels, balls of the feet. Not too much pressure in the toes. All right, let's start a nice little standing flow. So inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands together and down to heart center. One more time, inhale up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, so pull that belly in nice and tight. Bring your fingers down in front of your toes. Inhale up to a half lift. So find some length in your back, some nice flatness. Stretch through those glutes. Exhale down to your forward fold. And inhale, slowly, gently roll yourself all the way up one more time. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Same thing. Inhale, arms up overhead. Pull that belly in tight. Exhale, swan dive down to the floor. Inhale, find that half lift length through your spine. Stretch through your glutes. Exhale, down into your forward fold. One more time. Inhale, slowly roll yourself up. Arms come up overhead and exhale. Bring those hands down to heart center. Let's build on just a little bit from there. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, swan dive down to the floor. Inhale, find length, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Changing it up from here, we're going to go ahead and step that right foot back. Go ahead, inhale those arms up overhead, coming into a crescent lunge. Exhale, release your hands back down to the floor. Inhale your left arm up to the ceiling. Stack your shoulders. Exhale, release your left hand down to the floor. Inhale your right leg back to meet with your left. Exhale down into your forward fold. And then slowly, gently roll yourself up. Bring those arms up overhead. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Other side, inhale, arms up overhead. Belly tight, exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into your half lift, find that length. Exhale down into your forward fold. This time get ready, step your left leg back, plant the ball of the foot down on the floor, stretch through your heel. Inhale, arms up overhead, square those hips with your mat. Exhale, fingers come down to the floor once more. Inhale your left hand up towards the ceiling. Really work to open the chest, stack those shoulders. Exhale, back down to the floor. Step your left foot up to meet with your right. Exhale, back down to the forward fold. And slowly, gently roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Bring those arms up overhead. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Keep it up. Inhale, arms up overhead. Belly tight. Exhale, hinge forward fold. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale into your forward fold. Once again, step that right leg back. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, open to warrior two, so bring your right hand back. Open up from your hips. Make sure there's still a nice bend in your left knee. Turn your left hand palm over. Come on back into peaceful. So look up towards your hand. Find that big bend. Back into warrior two. Bring your right hand forward. Turn back to the front of the mat. Coming back into our lunge. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Inhale your left hand up towards the ceiling in a twist. Exhale, relax and release it down towards the floor. Inhale your right leg to meet with your left. Find that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And slowly, gently roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up overhead. Palms come down together, heart center. Other side, inhale up. Belly pulled in. Exhale, swan dive forward. Always making sure you protect that lower back in a forward fold. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, fold down once more. This time, go ahead, send that right leg back. We're gonna inhale up into our crescent lunge. Sorry, left leg. Turn your left hand back towards the back of the mat and turn your eyes forward towards your right hand. Keep that big bend in your right knee. Turn your hands palms over and flip it back into peaceful. Exhale back into warrior two. Inhale, turn on your back ball of the foot to the front of the mat. Square those hips. Come back into your crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Inhale, find your twist. Left arm stretches up, right arm to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it back down to the floor. Inhale, step your left leg up to meet with your right. Exhale, down to that forward fold. And inhale, slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Hands, palms come together. Exhale, hands at heart center. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more balance. Gonna bring some warrior three in to this next round. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, come on down. Go ahead, step that right leg back, plant the ball of your foot, and bring your arms up overhead. Keep those hips squared. Oops, I stepped the wrong foot back. All right, go ahead, open that right hand back, come into your warrior two, turn your left hand palm over, and find peaceful. Back to warrior two. Just thinking deeply. We're gonna turn that back foot forward, coming back into our crescent lunge. We're gonna bring more weight into the front foot. Take a deep inhale, press off of your back foot. Find some balance right here. Exhale, bring that foot back down to the floor, back into your crescent lunge. Bring your hands down to the floor. Get ready for that twist. Inhale your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale your left hand down towards the floor. Inhale your right leg up to meet with your left. Find that flat back. Exhale down into your forward fold. And then slowly, gently roll it up. Arms come up overhead. Palms come down together at heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step that left leg back, find your balance, and inhale your arms up into your crescent lunge. Big bend in your front knee. Exhale, come into warrior two. Turn your front hand palm over, come into peaceful. Exhale back into warrior two. Big bend in that front leg. Turn on your back foot. Inhale into crescent lunge. Exhale, press into the front foot. Find some balance. Warrior three. Inhale that foot back down to the floor. Nice and controlled. Hands come back down to the floor on your exhale. Inhale your left leg up to meet with your right. Flat back. Exhale down into your forward fold. And inhale, slowly, gently roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time, palms come together. Exhale them down to heart center. Same thing last time through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, send your right leg back. Plant it down. Inhale, come up into that crescent lunge. Hips are squared to the front. Now we open them up on the exhale. Come into warrior two. Find the bend of the front knee. Flip your hands, palms over. Inhale into peaceful. Exhale back into warrior two. Inhale, sweep that arm forward. Crescent lunge. Exhale, press up. Find some balance. Warrior three. Hinge forward as much as you can. Inhale, release that back foot back down to the floor, back into crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down towards the floor. Inhale your left hand up into your twist. Exhale, left hand back down. Inhale, step your right foot up to meet with your left, flat back. Exhale, down into your forward fold. And slowly, gently roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands palms together at your chest. Last time, last side. Inhale, arms up. Belly pulled in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into that half lift. Exhale, melt into your legs. Plant your hands, step that right leg, left leg back. Yes, left leg goes back. Inhale up into your crescent lunge. Exhale, open up wide into warrior two. Big bend in the front knee. Flip your hand palm over and inhale into your peaceful. Exhale, back into warrior two. Turn that back foot, turn your hips forward, coming into your crescent lunge. Pressing off that back foot, finding some balance right here. Warrior three. Inhaling back down into crescent lunge. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Let's find that twist. Inhale, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. I don't know. That hand comes up. Exhale, bring it back down towards the floor. Inhale your back leg forward. Exhale down into your forward fold. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Stretch up to the ceiling. Exhale. Bring those hands down to heart center. Inhale one more time. Stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, step your right leg back. Step your left leg back to meet it. Take a moment here and plank for 3, 2, 1. Shift over, find a side plank for 3, 2, 1. Back to our front plank for 3, 2, 1. Shift to the other side. Once more. 3. Open those shoulders, stack them up. Release those hands back to the floor. Final plank. Go ahead, release your knees down, send your hips back towards your heels. Find yourself back in child's pose. Relax your head down to the floor. Head coming below heart center encourages some relaxation. Great work. Go ahead, pull yourself up. Shift your hips over to the side. We're just going to kick our legs forward. Lay down on our backs, and it's that magical time. We've made it to Savasana. Yay! So you can either have your heels touch and your toes fall out to the side, or please feel free to maximize the Savasana, whatever feels good for you. Maybe you want to open your arms and legs nice and wide like a starfish. Perhaps you're feeling something in your lower back and you need to find a little tenting of your knees. Just come into stillness here in Savasana. Remember, it too is a posture, and the goal of this posture is complete stillness. So find this time to allow your practice to really just soak in, to just rush through your body. Take a little scan from head to toe and just notice how you're feeling. Do you feel different than when class started? Do you feel happier, more open? Open both mentally to the possibilities that life can bring your way, and physically by just working to gently increase your flexibility day by day. If you are still noticing any points of tension within your body or within your mind, continue to use those exhales to just breathe them out. Be so proud of yourself for taking this time today for you, for your mental and physical cup to be filled, so you can pour your energy out to those with whom you care to share it. Remember that every day is different, and every day your body is different, and whatever it is that you brought to the mat today, that was your practice, and it is just practice. So enjoy whatever it is that you could do. And take pride. Work to make your breath so quiet here in this final savasana that were there anyone next to you in the room, they wouldn't even be able to hear you. Finding the challenge of not just quieting our minds, but quieting our bodies as well. That even when we do maybe feel a little stress, discomfort, or turmoil on the inside, that we do our best to present calmly together on the outside. It's a great way that this yoga practice can be translated from your time on the mat to time in real life. Finding the stillness, the serenity, and the quiet within the stress. Doing your best. Being rock solid. You are welcome and encouraged to stay here in this final savasana for as long as you would like. Maybe even longer. However, if you have other things to do in C and B, we can close out our practice together, as this is the end of our time together for today. If you would like to keep your eyes closed and move with intention to a seated position on your mat. As you get there, bring your hands palms to the center of your chest. Take a moment and tuck your chin to your chest, bowing to yourself as you close your practice. Continue to honor yourself every day. Think good thoughts and speak good words. Do good deeds and eat good foods to nourish yourself from the inside and out. Go ahead, bring your thumb to your third eye, your drishti. Stretch your elbows up towards the ceiling, towards the light, and may the light inside of me continue to honor and see the light inside of you. Namaste.